All right, thank you for joining us for today's post-game press conference following Long Beach State's home game against Portland. We'll start with a statement from head coach Chris Acker and then open it up for questions. When you're ready, Coach.
Congratulations to Portland. Well-fought battle by them. Obviously well-coached. They had some players step up and make some big plays. I'm really proud of our group and our response from our last loss. Obviously you don't want to lose at home. And you don't want to lose at all. But I'm really, really proud of our group. I feel like we got better from the two practices we had leading up to this game, and so we're just going to continue to try to move in that direction.
Hey, Coach Carlos from Long Beach Current. What would you say was the what adjustments did you make at halftime? Because you guys, that first half was really great, but then the second half you guys kind of went down from there.
Yeah, I don't know if we necessarily went down, but I think from the first half, we also got off to a slow start in the first half of that game, and then we went with our small ball lineup, and they kind of carried the bulk of the minutes. And then in the second half, we started our small ball lineup because we felt that gave us a good advantage. And I think we hung in there at the beginning of the second half, and they made some plays, and we missed some assignments, and they were able to come out with the win.
Cam, talk about coming off the bench. Is that easier for you in the way you play, that you can kind of see what's going on and then insert yourself where you need to be? You seem to have a bigger spark coming off the bench today.
I wouldn't say it was easier. It was just what the team needed. Wanted to come in and have energy and just be effective on the court and help the team try to win a game.
Lloyd, the second half, it felt like it was up and down, right? How do you, as a guy on this team where there's a bunch of new dudes, how do you guys kind of come together to make sure that the lows aren't as low and the highs aren't as high, and maybe a little bit more consistent?
I would say that, we face adversity every day in practice. So our practice environment is basically the game, and Coach Ack holds us to a certain standard. So when we have those moments where we're down and we're low, we know how to get together and fix it and just play harder.
Coach, the shooting numbers in the second half might be concerning, especially at home. Do you feel like this team is a streaky shooting team? Do you feel like that there's untapped potential shooting the basketball, or do you feel like that's going to be something you need to overcome through, defense and transition?
Well, I think it's the byproduct of guys figuring out each other's games. And, I think in the first half, we had some uncontested shots that we made. And then in the second half, we had a lot of contested shots that we missed. And, I tell our guys the difference between great teams and average teams is one bounce. And I think if we just get to the point where we're taking one less bounce and we're getting off it and we're making that one more, it's what we work on every single day. It's just got to translate. And, with that being said, our guys believe that they're really good players. And I want them to have that confidence and that belief in themselves. But I also want them to play with vision and play connected. And it's just an ongoing process to get there. So I think everything will average out as the season goes on and we get more and more comfortable. I know these guys really well, and I know they want to work and they want to get there. And so as long as we maintain that attitude, we're going to win with our defense and rebounding and putting ourselves in positions to win games like that. Ultimately, whether you're at home, whether you're on the road, you want to be in a position to win the game at the end, and that's where we were.
Speaking of that, Cam, I think you showed a lot of energy and effort today, and that really translated, especially coming off the bench, gave the team a lift after that kind of slow start. Is that something that fans can expect from you as part of your game?
Yeah, every time I step on the court, whether I'm starting or coming off the bench, I want to come out and bring energy and play hard. Before I came here, I said I wanted to play defense. That's why I came here. Coach Ack is a defensive coach, and I want to get my defense better and be a defensive player here.
Hi, I'm Flor from the 562.org. I was going to ask, what's one thing you wish you could have adjusted or had a better answer to as the game progressed?
We work relentlessly on our pick and roll coverages defensively. And so as much as I want them to be efficient today, it takes so much time to know if I need to switch, if I'm hit, if I need to get back in front of the ball. And if you've noticed the last two games, even going back to South Dakota State, these guys are laying the ball up from one end of the court to the other end of the court in ball screens, or at the end of the game, they're throwing pocket passes. And we're just not doing a great job, and maybe I have to figure out a better way to communicate. But it starts with me, and it starts with us just understanding exactly what we're trying to do in pick and rolls, and we'll be better. But the great thing about our defense is it can be complicated at times, and once we figure it out, we'll be really hard to score on because I know Portland felt under duress a lot of times when they had the ball in their hands initially, and then that little lull where a guy comes, you saw the second half, we gave up a 3. We guarded the ball screen, we switched, and then we relaxed for a second, and then they kick out, and Rap makes a 3. It's 5th 3 of the game. And it's just those moments that when you're playing so hard, you're lost in the game that you don't make those mistakes. You understand the attention to detail, the assignment. You understand that the guy just made 4 threes. It doesn't take a coach to tell you no more threes for this guy. And that takes time. That takes buy-in. That takes belief. And that's what we're in search of. It's just a constant pursuit of excellence, and we're going to get there.
Yeah, and how'd you feel about that last possession with Devin?
I think I have to put Devin in a better position to make a better decision. They obviously went small and they switched, and he had Rap on him. X isn't very comfortable playing the 5. He's used to being out on the perimeter, so I think he mucked it up right around the free throw line area instead of getting all the way to the rim. I would love for Dev to got to the basket and put it in the ref's hands by trying to get a shot off at the rim. But again, when you have players that believe in themselves, I think that's step one. And I think Dev felt that he had enough separation where he can make a shot to win the game, and you want your players to have that type of confidence. And I'm just going to continue to instill confidence in them. And hopefully we're in those situations more where we can then, put ourselves in better positions to score.
And what's the area improvement next with Gonzaga on the schedule?
We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of prep to do. We have to believe that we can win the game. And that comes through figuring out what we did this game to put ourselves in better position for this next game. So we have to put this game to bed on Monday and then move forward towards putting ourselves in a position to be able to go on the road and win in one of the hardest college basketball environments in the country.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Thanks,